All right, here we go. How are we, ladies and gentlemen? How are we? So this title might seem kind of confusing. This, you know, the little graphic that came up, the little kind of idea, Thinking Stump, seems like a weird name, and that's because, you know, it kind of is in a way. I'm gonna sit on these stairs, I think. But you know, Thinking Stump, not a very, you know, common set of words. But you know, to the odd viewer who may have, you know, have been viewing my channel for more of a long period of time, I'm thinking, say, like Turkeys, for example. He's been, you know, viewing my channel for a while, and for that I'm very thankful. But, you know, just for example, if you've been viewing my channel for a while, there was a short-lived, but still kind of, sort of maybe fun series that I did called the Thinking Stump. Now, over in that area a little bit, I won't gesture over to it, but I'll gesture over. It was an over area kind of around there. There was a stump in my yard where I would sit and talk about, you know, various ballast song related things, whether it be sound, whether it be texture on a ballast song, or just kind of little general topics. And then I would just kind of give my thoughts on them in like a rambly, kind of unedited vibe. Now, granted, a lot of my videos back then, in fact, all of my videos back then were completely unedited. So, you know, it wasn't really that different from my other ones. But now, considering I edit all my videos, I want this series, this kind of reincarnation, under the same name, just, you know, at a different location, because it's been, let's just say it's been uprooted in more ways than one. I want to try and keep this very chill, kind of very little editing, rambly vibe. So they're probably, you know, I'll get into the logistics. This one's just going to be a quick little, you know, interaction, you know, what's called interaction. See, normally I would, for example, my silly brain just said interaction for some reason. I don't know why. I forget what my original wording was even going to be. But normally I would cut that out. Normally I'd be like, oh, okay, let me re-say that. But now I'm not gonna. This is going to be the raw ProFX experience of just unedited, hanging out, chilling, and chatting. So, you know, this is just going to be the kind of uncut, you know, chilling, hanging out, sitting around, rambling about some fun stuff. So this first kind of introduction episode, I thought I'd talk about ballast song sound, because I recently was lucky enough to come in possession of an Alien, which in my opinion, this is going to shock some people, I feel like, it is my favorite sounding ballast song, even above the NRB Vortex, which is crazy because that has been my absolute favorite sounding ballast song for like years. It has been my like grail when it comes to ballast song sound, and I still think it is one of the best sounding ballast songs ever made. But this Alien, for me, sound wise, it's just that little bit better than the Vortex. I probably should have brought out the Vortex to compare the two, but you know, I just kind of wanted to talk about sound and how, you know, how it makes me feeling like in terms of when I'm purchasing a ballast song and why I think it's important. Now, originally, fun fact, I had a whole video idea planned out. I was going to call it like, I had like a whole script going. It was going to be this whole like, it's going to sound kind of pretentious, but it was going to be this whole like short film kind of thing where it was like, I was going to be, I'll do all these cinematic shots, like me getting up and then like, you know, pouring a cup of coffee or whatever, something like that. Like those like things you'd see in like those video essay kind of type deals. And, you know, I was going to do like voiceovers, like you wake up and it's raining in the morning and, you know, what's the first thing you do? If you're like me, you pick up a ballast song. And I might still do that because I still think it'd be a fun video. But, you know, I also still wanted to give my opinions out on why sound to me is so important, and more just kind of an uncut, chill vibe, which is what this is going to be. So, I mean, for one, I think sound is important because, you know, when you look at a ballast song, for me, I don't base it all on looks, right? Because when I'm shopping for a ballad song, when I see a ballad song in a video or something like that, a big drawing for me is sound, you know? A big drawing for me is when I'm flipping this, is it gonna sound good or is it gonna sound bad? To me, this alien sounds really good. Now, obviously, a big thing is preference. Sound is subjective. Flippability is subjective. A lot of ballad song stuff is subjective. But I personally love the way that this alien sounds. You know, if you like... And the alien, you know, I haven't even lubed it in a bit. You know, it's still kind of got some tap and stuff. So it's like, this is, for the most part, a dry alien. And in my opinion, it sounds great. But to some people, they might go, this sounds horrible. I think I have a dry Zephyr with me here. Now, don't get me wrong. This ballad song sounds great. You know, I like the way that it sounds dry, but I much prefer the sound of a lubricated Zephyr. I think a lubricated Zephyr is one of the best sounding ballad songs you can have. But to some people, they might go, you know what? I much prefer the sound of a dry Zephyr, which would be something like this. And the thing about the Zephyr is, it's a really good ballad song. It's dry, but it still has zero tap. Yeah. Okay, that just shifted the camera. Whoops. Sorry about that, but, you know, it still has zero tap and very minimal play. But, you know, if you look at something like the Alien, it's got some tap, at least on one handle. I think it's this handle, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this handle. It's that handle that has tap. And, you know, there's this. And there's a little bit of play. Whoa! Glad I didn't drop that one. But, you know, all in all, I think it sounds really important because, you know, for me, it's a drawing factor when I'm flipping a ballad song. If it's gonna sound good, I'm gonna have more of an incentive to flip it. You know, when I'm, you know, listening to ballad songs, like I know that there's kind of a sub-genre in the ballad song community of like ASMR of like. I'm trying to remember. I think Blade Wielding Queen does some ASMR videos, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but you know, I've seen just certain like ASMR building videos of like, you know, fully assembling a ballad song and then listening to like the glorious sound of one. Because some of them sound pretty darn good. But yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts on sound and just kind of why I think sound is important. Let me know what you guys think of this series. I'm looking forward to doing it some more because I think, one, it's a bit easier to just do these more kind of unscripted, chill, unedited videos. And, you know, I think it might even allow me to like get some more content out to you guys, which will be nice. And, you know, let me know if there's, you know, any topics that you guys want me to talk about, like ballad song wise. Like, I know this one was about sound, but if you guys want me to like compare like look, I know I did an episode in the past on texture, but I feel like nowadays I have a bit more understanding of different, you know, textures and stuff. I'm not obviously the most knowledgeable guy, but, you know, in terms of ballad song stuff, I think since that like a year ago that I filmed that video, I feel like I have more experience, or at the very least have flipped, you know, more ballad songs. So yeah, just, you know, let me know what you guys would want to see in this series, and, you know, if you guys are excited for it being back, or if you guys even remember the original. So yeah, that's gonna be about it for this one. And as always, have a phenomenal day, ladies and gentlemen. Have a phenomenal day. Whoa! All right, see you guys. Have a phenomenal day.